Troy, New York. It's been a while. My name is Ezra Masse-Mahar. I'm a 30-year-old professional dancer and acrobat. I'm originally from Schenectady, New York, born and raised. I started studying dance when I was 5 years old at Merritt's Dance Center, which is on Albany Street in Schenectady, in case you haven't heard of it. From there, I was taught ballet, tap, jazz, acrobatics, and baton twirling. And so I studied there until I was 18 years old. By then I knew that I wanted to pursue a career in the arts, specifically theater, and even more specifically dance. So I went to study dance as my major to receive a BFA, which is a Bachelor's in Fine Arts, at the University in Buffalo in Western New York. From there, I broke both of my ankles. Both of them. 6 months after that accident, I was able to take my first couple steps. After being told I was never going to be able to dance or acrobatics, and I might not be able to run normally ever again. 2 years later, I was able to run, dance, and do acrobatics, and I auditioned for Diavolo Dance Theater, which was a professional dance company in Los Angeles. Let me tell you about that audition process. It was 9 hours long. It started with ballet for 15 minutes, jazz for 15 minutes, and then they made a cut. They cut about half the amount of people. And then they wanted you to grab a partner and learn a combination with them. Improvise on your own. Then they made another cut. Then they wanted to see your acrobatic and tumbling skills. Then they made another cut. And then there was an interview. And at the end of my interview, the director of Diavolo is a Frenchman. His name is Jacques, and he tells me, "You're going to Mexico in 9 days. You're hired." From there, my life changed for the better. I had traveled all over the world as an international professional dancer with a dance company. I'd been to Asia, Australia, all over Europe and South America. And I have to say, of all of my favorite things that the opportunities have brought me, it's not so much going to these places as meeting new people and getting to keep them as my friends. Oh wait, there's a hummingbird. Whoa! So, what is it like to be a Diavolo dancer? A day in the life. So starting in the summer, for the entire 3 months, we trained from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is a 12-hour shift. 8 a.m., oh my god. We start at 8 a.m. Doing a 1 hour warm-up, a little bathroom break and a little food break. Then we have a 1 hour workout session. So really we start at 10 after a 2 hour warm-up workout. Then from 10 to around 1:30, we're training, practicing routines, creating new tricks and skills and combinations, just creating lots of movement and applying them to the giant structure. Then we have a quick half-hour lunch break, and I mean half hour. It is at 25 minutes, you are getting your shoes on and ready to start in 5 minutes. And at 2 o'clock, the French director, Jacques, will show up, and he'll scream and yell pretty much until around 6:37. And then we beg him for that last half-hour dinner break. 8 p.m., you're all done for the day, except for I lived 13 miles from the Diavolo Training Center, and I commuted by bicycle. And that is a long bike ride, so you can either take the metro, which is an hour and a half, or you can bike the 13 miles and get there in about 40 minutes. So it depends on how tired you are, and it also takes longer to use the metro. So now you're finally home. It's maybe 10 p.m. even, and you've got just enough energy to throw some food in your mouth and go to bed, because you got to wake up early because you got to bike to work. And it's all over. I can't believe that's what I do. Now, that is the summer rehearsal schedule. the remainder 9 months of the year, we are on a back-to-back touring grind, going overseas, touring nationally throughout the United States. And one of my jobs, one of my roles in the company was assistant technician. And basically what that meant was I helped take care of the structures. The structures go on a truck, they go to the next city. I fly to that city a day early to help unload it onto the stage, build the structures, and then the same process after the show. I stay up late, breaking down the structures, loading it onto the truck, making sure it's ready for the next city. So you might be asking, what does an artist do during a national pandemic when none of the theaters are open and your entire concert schedule for touring has been canceled? What do you do? Well, for me, personally, I've been sticking to a hard-working routine and creating discipline for myself so that I can keep training and practicing and honing my talents and my skills. And those have always been the keys to success for myself. But if you want to be an artist and you want to be in that club, you have to carry a card that says you're an artist. In order to get that card, it requires a lot of sacrifice. It requires hard work, training, practicing, and honing your skills. So you create a goal, right? And in order to achieve that goal, you have a process to get to that. And 99% of the time, 99% of that process will include hard work, training, and practicing and honing your skills. There's no shortcuts around hard work. That's all I know. Now, I'll repeat this part because it's very important. As a professional artist, in general, it is hard to make a living financially. The rewards are extremely valuable and worthwhile. The opportunities I've received, the traveling, the people I've met. But again, it has come with a sacrifice, and that is the financial sacrifice. I am what you call a 1099 independent contractor. Basically what that means, and this is pretty common for a lot of artists in the industry, a 1099 independent contractor means that you are not employed by a company. I am my own business. Basically what this means down the road is that you have to save 10% of everything you make annually for taxes. And you won't have money going towards Social Security. How about we write this down? Write this down real quick. Get a pen and paper. 1099 independent contractor equals that you have to save 10% of your annual income for taxes, and none of it's going towards Social Security. Remember that. So to recap my personal experience in the dance industry as a professional artist, starting with sacrificing childhood weekends, working and training at Merritt's Dance Center, injuries and setbacks, and finally getting accepted into a professional dance company and still getting injuries and overcoming those obstacles and persevering. It's helped me become one of the strongest and best versions of myself, as well as enriched with experiences of traveling, places I've never would have gone to had I not joined a touring dance company. And the people, again, the people that I've met around the world, so special. I still communicate to them to this day, to reach out, to see what's happening on other parts of the world on a ground level. So hopefully I have inspired the young artists of my local hometown area. It almost seems like yesterday that I was joining the field for the first time and running into auditions, but it has now been 10 years of me supporting myself in this industry. So I can now say that I've been a professional artist for a decade and that it can be done. So don't let anybody tell you that you need to get a real job, because it can be done. You can find occupation where you live in your dream job as an artist. And the world needs artists, especially now more than ever. Good luck.